Hello everyone, JRDL96 here with a brand new reaction. As you can tell by the title, it's another Markiplier related video, and it's another animation from our lovely friend, Sir Walter Underbridge. Now, honestly, it's been a while since I've done a reaction to Sir Walter Underbridge. Like the one we just did recently was the part 7 of Raft, because I had no idea that there was another part to it, because I knew that they were going to continue it, despite the fact that when I reacted to part 6... almost a year ago, I said that would be the last one. But I'm honestly going to probably do every once in a while, not like as frequently. Even though I don't monetize my reactions related to his videos, I still am a supporter of his on Patreon. You can go check out his channel if you would like. I highly recommend it. I do like his art style, his animation art style. It's really nice. Kind of gives me Wallace and Gromit vibes. That's what it always reminded me of. But here is a Distractible story, and I remember this story from back when Distractible kind of started. It was a story about Bob's Turd tragedy, where he blew up a gas station bathroom. Oh boy. So I wonder how Sir Walter Underbridge is going to do this story. Like, I do love some of the humor he does throw into the videos of his animations, so... But anyways, enough rambling. Let's just get right into this. So without further ado, let's react to this video, shall we?
Throughout human history, billions have lived.
Just you got
billions have
him on the
died.
violin.
Welcome to the journey of the human
And a
race.
puppet with the violin.
It's a story I'm really proud of, and I have an
I
exciting
did notice now he
world
puts his
to know
watermark
that this
there.
happened.
Smart.
Also, I kind of hope that one specific person hears this and is like,
Jacksepticeye!
And, just to clear it up, I know we've talked about this before. My fridge is fine. Please stop asking. It's very funny how mad I was. It's
Yes,
fine.
it was.
It's a long time ago now. I don't even remember.
I'm glad you cleared that up, but how's your fridge?
Don't.
Listen, today's story starts at a very different fridge in a very different city at a very different time. When I was a sophomore in college,
Oh,
I
wow.
lived with some roommates in an apartment, and I lived very cheap.
09,
I
I'm
did not have
assuming?
a lot of money. For food, I tried to buy cheap stuff. I would buy meat that was
Or
almost
late
expired,
08.
discounted. I was broke, but I was cheap. I was trying to live on the cheap. And my favorite thing to do was to get ground beef that was like just about to expire, because they mark that shit down. They basically give it away. And ground beef could be anything. You can make chili, you can make burgers, you can make all kinds of good stuff. One of my favorites was to make like a bolognese, right? Get some ground beef, just sort of brown it up, put some tomato sauce in, cook some pasta, boom, delicious dinner. I really like to push the dates, those expiration dates.
To their absolute limit.
When I was younger, I didn't understand the idea that stuff could spoil even if it was
Yeah.
frozen.
Mm-hmm.
So
even
what I
if
would- a
even
lot
if
of
it's
the times I
frozen,
could
yeah,
get
they
almost,
will
almost
expire
out of
eventually.
date ground
So
meat, and I would freeze it. I'd be like, good, perfect, frozen in time. I still have exactly.
It's not
2
cryogenically
days left
frozen,
before
my
it
friend.
expires. And
The
one
penguin.
time I did that, and I like forgot. You know, sometimes you just find stuff like way in the back.
But
underneath.
Sir Walter's
I found
frozen.
This pack of ground meat, and I could not remember.
That
where
was
it
like
was
the-
from. It was all
it was like a
freezer
giant
burned, real
hailstone.
messed up. And I was
Jeez.
like, sweet, it's frozen. Can't possibly have gone bad. I got a big road trip tomorrow, so I need a good dinner tonight. And I'll wake up bright and early, and I'll drive over, see my buddies in Indiana at Purdue University.
Mm-hmm.
And so I made myself some delicious spaghetti bolognese with this ground meat. And as I was cooking it, I had a little bit of a thought where I was like, it smells different. It doesn't smell bad, but it smells different. That's weird. But that's not going to stop me from enjoying my cheap dinner. And then I was eating it, and I was like, tastes different.
Bud.
But I ate the whole
You would
thing
think,
because
oh,
I
it
needed some
doesn't
delicious, hearty
taste
dinner
or
for
smell
my big
good.
road trip.
Maybe that's a good bad sign.
It's fine. Ate it up, played some video
Famous-
games, whatever. went
famous
to bed,
last words.
And woke up the next morning, bright and early, at like, I don't know, 10 o'clock, whatever was
Probably
early
like
for
with
me
2 hours
when
of
I was in
sleep, I don't
college,
know.
And hopped in my car and started on my way. It was like a few hour drive from Cincinnati over to where my buddies were at school. And I started, had some tunes on in the car, whatever, cruising on the highway. And, if you've ever driven from Cincinnati, like through Indianapolis up to
I have not,
Purdue,
but I
that's-
have, been on
that's
a
Lafayette,
drive
something?
Yeah, that's
from New York
If you've
to
ever done that
Lancaster,
drive, there's
and even a
fucking
drive from
nothing
New York
around
to
here.
Florida.
Like, there's huge stretches where it's cornfields and nothing.
Yeah,
No
not
gas
necessarily.
stations, no bush, like nothing.
Well,
Like flat fields.
Nothing like
That
that.
is a lot of
for
the
me.
Midwest, though. Like, even Ohio, you aren't in one of the major cities, is mostly just flat cornfields. And
Yeah.
That's
towns.
true. There's a
I
lot
was
of that.
not- I don't
I've
really
driven
do
from
those in the
Cincinnati
Midwest.
to Iowa a few times. A lot of that drive is kind of like that. There's nothing going on, which is kind of nice. Not a huge deal, unless when you're right in the middle of one of the most desolate stretches of the drive, you start to get a little flippity floppity action going on in your lower stomach region. I don't know if you guys have ever had body shakingly violent diarrhea, but have you ever experienced the start of that? It's just,
Yeah, I'm sure we all have.
you know, you're just sitting there and just something inside of you is just kind of like and you just start to get that feeling, right?
Yeah, that feeling that you
And I
need
was trying
to
to listen to my
go.
body. I was trying to.
Your
listen
body
to
is
my
like,
and be
I
a
need this
responsible
out.
caretaker, but there was nothing. I swear to God, there weren't even exit ramps. It was a straight highway
Oh my
for
God.
hundreds of miles that you could not get off of for any reason. I couldn't find a gas station, and I'm sitting here.
This
tide is
reminds me of
passing,
the
half an
story
hour
with CM
passes,
Punk when he ran the Chicago
flip-flops in my
Marathon.
stomach are getting more aggressive. It's
Oh my
feeling
God,
like
that story
it's
is so
wanting
funny.
To go somewhere, right? It wants out.
I'll explain it later.
And I just can't find a gas. I can't find a gas station or anything. A rest stop, nothing. Beads of sweat start forming on my forehead. I'm by myself in the car, but I'm out loud. I'm just like, come on, pepping myself up, trying to hold it in. It's getting bad. It's getting desperate. I considered pulling off and just running into the ditch on the side of the highway, just seeing what happened, because I don't want to get it inside my car or inside my pants. That would be embarrassing.
Yeah, that would.
Be terrible if that happened.
Oh, whoa!
just-
Speaking of,
Worse. I finally get to an exit that looks like it's maybe near a town. It doesn't have a sign or anything indicating.
I do like the
there's a
fact
gas
that it
station.
has like 70 miles an
I'm
hour
like,
because
I'm
there are
just
some
gotta get off and
highways
drive towards
that do
a
go
place
70 miles an
Where
hour.
there's a toilet. Even if it's just like a house, I will knock on the door and tell them urgently, the shit is either going on your doorstep or in your toilet. Please choose. It's terrible. It's painful. I'm driving the car like squirming, like
Oh, you're like,
I
you
feel
got
like I'm
that
about to
feeling
really
like
burst
it's
out.
about to come out.
Finally, after I would say about an hour of not finding any place where I could stop,
Like
I
you're
pull
on the
off,
like
I go,
you're
there's a
you're
little small
trying
town
so
not
hard,
far
and
from
it
the
gets
highway.
it becomes a lot more painful. I've had those times.
Yes, made it. And I'm frantically in this store. In this gas station.
Come on.
I don't see one. I go up to the guy and I'm like, "Do you have a bathroom?" And he must think
Except the guy.
I'm out of my mind on drugs or something. I don't know what he thinks because I'm drenched in sweat, panicked, clenching. Just I don't look good. I imagine. And he's like, "Yeah, we got a bath. Here, you need the key. Here's the key. You okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's fine. Just give me the key." Take the key, scramble out around to the back, and this is where stuff really goes downhill. I'm fumbling with the key.
This is where?
This has been a great story so far.
Everything is contained up to this point, but at this moment, I'm approaching the toilet. I'm almost there. The pain in my stomach is just really intense. I get the door open. I get it closed behind myself, and I start like frantically grasping at my belt and everything. And there's an almost beautiful, almost enjoyable moment of release that happens right then. My pants are still fully on, and I'm trying to undo everything and get onto the toilet. And it feels joyous, right? Because finally, the pain is subsiding. Finally, I get to do what I've been wanting to do for an hour, and it's relief. Until I realize that I'm standing in front of the door across the room from where the toilet is, with my pants on. And it's bad. The relief quickly turns into absolute horror and a realization that there's not enough one-ply gas station bathroom toilet paper in the entire universe to fix the problem that I have now created for myself. Turns out I was not the one who had the worst part of the problem. I told you, I had the kind of spoiled meat. I had never had frozen meat that really spoiled on me before. This was the worst, probably the worst case of food poisoning I have ever had. I gave it to myself Thank God I didn't share that food with anyone. But what happened to that bathroom has got to be the most unholy shit that I have ever been a part of.
Poor
I don't even
John.
want to describe it, but like, I had to give the key back to that guy. Like, he's the only one working, right? It's a small town.
Oh
gas
my
station. I
God.
had to walk up to that dude.
Oh my
after
God.
Having been in the bathroom for 45 minutes because there was cleaning that was attempted. I had to get myself situated so I could be in public. I left my underwear. They were gone. I never saw those boxers again. They were sacrificed. And I had to walk up to that dude after being in the bathroom, and he knew I was in the bathroom because he gave me the key. And I'm sure he was sitting there just like, man, I hope that dude's not doing some crazy shit in our bathroom. There's something terrible. And I just walked up to him on the way out and literally looked him in the eye and gave him the key and just sort of nodded. Couldn't bring myself to say anything and fucking drove off.
Wow.
I would love to know that reaction that guy had.
Oh my
I can't
God.
imagine.
I also don't imagine it might have been the worst thing he ever encountered, judging by Wade's experience at UDF, but
I don't know, man. It was everywhere.
a demon was purged from me that day.
Well, so I don't want to be too graphic. I gross myself out, but like, it wasn't one movement, right? It wasn't one bowel movement. So like, the first accidental, uncontrollable release with my pants on was really unfortunate and was gross. But there were subsequent moves where I was like, okay, if I move very carefully, I won't have any leakage or seepage. And I get to the toilet, and then it didn't. There's the outside of the toilet, the floor, the wall behind the toilet. Then I was trying to clean myself.
Oh
and
my
clean
God,
stuff,
I
so
have
used
dealt
the
with this
sink
shit
and
too.
just,
No
I
pun
don't know,
intended.
man. This, for me, this is like etched into my memory. Like, this was over a decade ago, and I go to the bathroom every day. And I've had some doozies. I've had some stomach troubles. I've eaten some stuff that didn't sit right. I've had all kinds of experiences on the toilet. And so this is not even in the same ballpark as any other stomach issue, bathroom issue, diarrhea issue I've ever had in my life. It was like I gave birth to the nastiest, juiciest baby that's ever existed. I don't know, man. There's no way there's people just walking around and going to Jimmy John's and like, whoop, insane food poisoning.
Have you never been the guy that walks into the bathroom and like you think you're the only person in there? You're like standing at the urinal or something, and then like from behind you realize there's one closed stall as you hear like a
Yeah.
and it's just like the sound of war. in
Oh
that
my
stall.
God.
I've been both of those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that uncommon though, and I don't know about the ladies' room, but the men's room it always.
Oh
looks like
the
that
God.
guy is
I don't know
in
about the ladies' room.
I don't know, maybe I'm understanding.
Well, I
I-
understand
I
what that
could
is
not
because I have to
stop my
clean them
body
at night
from
when I'm at
expelling
work.
that stuff. I've never.
Luckily, it's not like this.
I'm
Log!
I've been in
Log!
situations where I couldn't go to the bathroom for hours, and I just sit there, and you're just like, well, it's kind of this hurts. My stomach really hurts, but I'll be fine. I'll make it with that. That was like I was battling a demon, and I lost, and it killed me.
And then it put me back together after it scooped out everything within me and placed it on the walls.
I walked out of that quick stop bathroom a husk of a human.
Hey, there's me. There's my name.
Friends about my channel.
Oh my God.
Gather round.
Oh my God. So yeah, I've heard this story. I forgot which episode it was of Distractible that it was featured on. I'll probably have a text that will say right here. But overall, dude, I swear to you, like, this story was pretty funny. Like, not as funny as, like, Bob's Fridge. Bob's Fridge is always going to be the funniest story ever that he's ever told. But this, oh my lord. Oh my God. But I've had moments where, you know, I would be at school and I have the big cramps. And I, like, for some reason, I never liked going number 2 at school. For some reason, I was like, what was the guy that would always go number 1? I would never go number 2. Unless if my body is like, maybe you need to, and you're about to, you have like, it's literally on the verge of leaving your body. I remember the one time it happened around when school was about to end. It was like the last 20 minutes of class, and it starts, and I'm like, fuck. And then finally class is over, and I'm like, and it's getting worse and worse, and now I'm feeling like, if I don't clench my ass, everything is just gonna fall out of me into my pants. So I was like, maybe I'll go to the bathroom. But I was like, you know what? I have track practice. I need to get going. I gotta go get my track stuff and everything. So I ran home, grabbed, and I'm literally, like, trying so hard, kind of like him, like, fighting a demon battle. A battle with a demon inside me to make sure nothing falls out of me. So finally I get home and I don't even have time to say hello to my mom. I'm like this. I'm walking by like, hi! She's like, hi! I ran right into the bathroom. Luckily, I got it, like, I took my pants off in time, and it just was like, as he described it, great feeling of a release. And then after like 5 minutes, I was like, all right, I'm done. I grabbed my track practice, clothes, and then I went right back to the school to do track practice, and that was it. But this story kind of reminded me a lot of that story that CM Punk told about a decade ago. First on like some radio interview in 2012, and then he talked about it at some weird comedy show in November 2013. Called I Shit You Not show, and he told the story when he was at the Nerdist panel at Comic-Con 2014 10 years ago. So he was running the Chicago Marathon. He had a quote-unquote day off after doing the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards the day prior. So he and his sister were going to run the marathon. And he had no sleep at all. So he got like peanut butter and bagels, and that was like his preparation for it. So yeah, he didn't prepare for it long. So when the marathon does come around, yes, he does run it, and the first 13 miles were good for him until like mile 14 or so. That's when he got a cramp in his leg. He got a bad cramp in his leg. So he's like, and he had to take a, stop just to walk and then pick up the pace. So around like mile 15 hits, and then he gets that feeling. He has to go. He has to go bad. And for some reason, poor Punk, for the next like 3 miles, he does not see any porta-johns, no porta potties, no nothing. And he's like, fuck. So finally, at mile 18, he finally reaches one. So finally, okay, he gets in, and he gets his shorts off just in time and gets the relief. He's off, and he even said, sorry, ladies. So, but unfortunately, it was a very warm day in October for when they ran this. So it was like he went into a shit sauna. So after, a while, he finally got his relief. He's pouring sweat, and then when he looks down for the toilet paper, there is no more. And he didn't even have time to go check if there was any. So he's like, fuck, of course. So do I use my shirt? No. Do I use one of my socks? I don't want to get blisters. I'm going to get blisters if I do that. So he tries to use the cardboard spool from that, and honestly, you can't really do that. It's kind of difficult. So he's like, fuck, what do I do? And then he sees on the floor of this porta potty, he sees a discarded Dunkin' Donuts bag. Usually, if you live in, the Midwest or whatever, or with any Dunkin' Donuts, they would always give you a bunch of napkins. Nope, there were none. Except there was a discarded blueberry muffin wrapper in there. So he used that as his toilet paper. And he called it like, as his best way to describe it, it was like a moist towelette. So he has some blueberry, crystals stuck to his ass, that type of thing. So finally, he's like, all right, I'm good. He got his relief. All right, he opens the door, and there's a poor woman doing the pee-pee dance. And she goes, is there paper in there? And he goes, yes, ma'am. And he just took off. And for the next, like the final stretch of that marathon, his motivation was that fucking woman. He was like so scared. He was fearing for his life that the woman was going to catch up to him and say, you said there was paper, you motherfucker! But yeah, that was it. That's what that, Bob's story kind of reminded me of a lot. So, overall, that animation was fun to watch. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's reaction. Go check out his channel. He has that original series based on woes. I'm more used to the logos being on the left side. He changed it up this time to confuse me, I feel like. I don't know. So you could go check out his channel. So if you like what you saw here, hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Be sure to ring that bell to be part of the notification squad. Be sure to check out my Instagram because I make collabs with Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and myself. I also act as the cosplays on there, so go check it out. And be sure to check out my Tumblr, my Discord in the description as well. So until next time, JRD96 signing out. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!